I was thinking about you and your TV problem.
Yeah.
And this isn't a good solution because there's travel involved, unfortunately. But
Oof.
I was thinking at some of the costs, like Barrington just posted in the floatplane chat. Let me scroll up and see if I can find it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. CNET says the 325 inch is $1.7 million.
I
At
did know
that
that.
point, just anytime you want to watch something, just rent out a theater. It would probably genuinely be significantly cheaper. The problem is you have to get yourself there, but like legitimately, you'd probably save money
Yeah.
by just renting out a theater every time you want to watch something.
This is like
Like,
the conversation that we had a little while ago about how my wife and I actually considered buying the waterfront property right next door to my parents' cabin.
yeah,
And you guys saw that property in the long range Wi-Fi video that we did quite recently. It's beautiful. Okay, there's a reason that it's cheap. To be clear, my parents are not mega ballers. They're both lifetime teachers. Like
yeah,
they don't make a ton of money. They've done well on their real estate investments, like pretty much every baby boomer did here in Vancouver. But other than that, they're not crazy loaded or anything. Don't get me wrong. We grew up very humbly with 5 kids on 2 teacher salaries. That's not a ton extra to go around.
no,
Um, but they do have that waterfront property. The reason that it was affordable is because it's completely off grid and inaccessible. There's no bridge. There's no ferry even. You have to have your own boat and you have to have your own mooring in order to get over there. Now, they did manage to find reasonable mooring and that's how they're making it work. But when Yvonne and I were considering buying the place next to it, we added up all the numbers, right? Cost of property, cost of building something, cost of, well, building something like we would want to go to. So we would need, great internet connection. So similar to the beam setup that we have across the water for my parents, but we'd want to set it up somewhere where we can get like really ballin' service. We'd want to have some kind of like, maintenance. We wouldn't want to maintain it. So we're looking at it going, yeah, we'd have to probably pay for this thing to be maintained on a very regular or at least somewhat regular basis. We added up what it would cost in terms of just property taxes over the years that we would own it, mooring fees over the years that we would own it, just all the things, cost, all the costs that we would have to incur in order to own it for 25 years was what we added up. And we looked at that number and we went, we had just come back from this super nice Airbnb in Grand Forks that had everything. It had a fantastic theater room. It had every tabletop game you can imagine, foosball, pool, like full-size pool table, freaking enormous surface. It had like horseshoes in the backyard. They had ATVs that you could just borrow and go rip around in, just as included in your Airbnb. And it was like, I forget how much it was a night, but it was super reasonable. It was like staying at a decent hotel in Vancouver. And we were looking at that going,
why
how
don't we just do
many of
this?
those
Yeah,
vacations could we
yeah.
go on? And the answer was literally hundreds. Like we could spend 2 to 3 months a year on Airbnbs and still be out ahead. And so we're thinking, realistically, how often are we going to be at this vacation property? Now, if you want to run it as an Airbnb, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But an Airbnb that is on the other side of a body of water that you don't have easy access to, you'd end up ferrying people back and forth from it. I have a job. I don't need
That,
another job.
that's your solution, dude.
What's my
You
solution?
nailed it. Just a super premium, like one theater.
A one theater? Theater? Sorry, what?
So what I mean by that, you know how like Colossus, like you call the building a
Oh,
theater, but then there's like a million theaters inside the theater.
you
So
are
instead of
actually a genius.
40 screens, you just have one and you just make it like amazing. And then like on the launch of the new Avengers We're Fighting
Oh
All the
my
Gods This
God.
Time version, the tickets are just like baller. But like it's just the best experience.
That is actually an amazing idea.
Because you were just saying like, okay, it can make sense if we make it an Airbnb. Well, there, you do it. You have the theater whenever the heck you want, and then
You
you do showings
Airbnb
for
a
other people.
theater. and people can just like rent it for the day,
Sure.
hang out, watch movies, play video games, you might be a genius. I mean, to be clear, I already thought you were a genius. I already thought you were a genius. I've never been given any reason not to believe you're a genius.
I think you've probably been given a few.
A gimmick in the floatplane chat says the theater 2 blocks from my house, small town California, is one screen and it's actually awesome. Rod's like, where do I book? Because that would be amazing. Honestly, going to the theater is not that great. I would rather watch a movie on my 77-inch OLED at home. And quite frankly, you don't have to go that high end to get a better movie watching experience at home than you would at the theater. Like, Vizio has super affordable, gigantic freaking TVs that would give you no reason to sit and look at the dimly lit screen and deal with other people making noise or having their phones out or whatever else. I'm totally a watch a movie in private kind of person. And so doing this, right? So having it be this Airbnb where the screen is one of these direct view LED screens, like it's ballin' AF. I could totally see people just spending $1,000.
Wicked sound system.
Yeah, like $1,000 a night for whether it's like a stag party or like graduation party. I could see people renting it just every night. Oh yeah, Blue Mode's talking about Swimly. You know about people renting out their pools, right?
I've heard about that.
Yes. Yeah. So that's already totally a thing. This is amazing. Sierra says this is such a galaxy brain idea. 100%. And you could just, I mean, you could even do it relatively affordably, right? So you blow a bunch of money on the display, 100%, but you can get really good sound for not that much if you have a ton of channels and you're in a relatively small room, because I don't imagine that you would have 100 people in there. I'm imagining a more intimate experience. And instead of like movie seats, like theater seats, you've got like multiple, what are the ones called that have the sectionals? Like you've got sectionals and bean bags, and at the back, you've got like an area where the lights can be on, and you've got like some tables where people can sit and eat and drink and play board games or whatever else. You just have like this setup. Oh man. Yep.
Especially if you had like kind of almost, I feel like a still sort of a form of lobby, but like a place that has tables, maybe tall tables that you stand at or something. I think it would be used for a lot of like film pre-screenings and showings and stuff like that too. Yeah.